Well, hi and welcome. Today we're at the Fauquier Education Farm. We're with the Executive Director, Mr. Jim Hankins. Jim, thanks for letting us come out here today. We're going to be talking a little bit about potatoes, how to maybe grow. We're talking about Irish potatoes or white potatoes, right?
Yep.
And I know gardeners are interested in that. Some of them do it. Some of them dig furrows, plant their potatoes, and it's a lot of work. But you're going to show us a little easier way to do that maybe today.
This is literally called a potato lazy bed.
All right, okay, I like that. Well, how do you start? What do you do here?
Well, what we've done here was we first plowed the soil, prepared it, and then established furrows.
Okay.
And spaced the potatoes out there at about 14, 16 inches, and then covered the entire area with 6 to 8 inches of hay or straw. We have both hay and straw in this patch.
Okay, okay. So you just start with potatoes, normal potatoes.
Yep.
And you just lay them down, or what do you do? What do you do with them?
Yep, you literally, with a lazy bed potato production, you literally can put them right on top of the soil and never cover them with soil. You're going to cover them with the hay mulch. Okay. The advantages to doing that is the potatoes can come up through this thick layer of hay mulch very successfully. It's going to suppress most of your weeds. It's going to hold all of your moisture or most of your moisture down there where the potatoes really need it. Okay. And one of the great advantages is at the end of the season, all of this hay mulch will just decompose and become more organic matter for your soil.
Wow, I like that, because weeding is one of the most difficult tasks in the garden.
Yep.
And so by putting this thick layer, and it is a thick layer, right?
It is a very thick layer. You've got to have 6 to 8 inches for this to work.
Okay, okay.
You know, what is really beautiful, we are, as I said, it's very, very dry outside, and if you can come here and look at this moisture that's underneath here, and if you do not get it thick enough, you do not suppress the weeds. And the more organic matter you're putting in the soil is great. People are very familiar with going out during the middle of the summer and hilling their potatoes,
right,
raking more soil on to keep the potatoes covered. By covering it the right way in the early season with this good 6 to 8 inch thick layer, it's a lazy bed.
I like that. I like that.
Done. And then what's really beautiful is most of the potatoes will form right at the top of the soil. You pull the hay back, and there they are without any digging required.
Well, that's great. That is truly wonderful. And you know, we talk to gardeners all the time and we say, maybe you should irrigate for your garden to have a good yield. But with all this straw and hay on here, it keeps that moisture down. So you don't really need to irrigate here, do you?
No, I typically don't irrigate potatoes. You know, they're coming in early in the season, which is normally a moist part of the year.
Well, Jim, this is great. I understand the advantages. What do you do with all this straw afterwards, after the production season?
Well, that's one of the great things about this method is that we're improving the soil for next year. We really literally are just composting this hay right in place. I'm going to leave it right here. And by next spring, it will be ready to incorporate. I've created a great habitat for worms, a lot of beneficial insects, and I'm just adding fertility to the soil.
Makes perfect sense. This big field, you put in a lot of big round bales here because it's a large field.
Yeah.
Most gardeners wouldn't need to do that because those bales are huge. What can they find and how can they do this on a small scale?
Anybody at any local feed store can buy a couple bales, square bales, right, of wheat straw, Just go in and ask for straw. It works beautifully. You can cover a 10-foot by 8-foot area with maybe 2 square bales of straw, and it works really well.
Perfect, great. Thanks so much. And for more information about potato production, please contact your local county extension office and talk to a master gardener. From the Ground Up, I'm Chris Mullins, and we'll see you next time.
From the Ground Up is presented with the generous advice and assistance of Virginia Cooperative Extension. Visit their website at ext.vt.edu and visit the Fauquier Education Farm Facebook page to learn about their workshops this spring.